Hey guys, what's going on? Joel here. Welcome to Back in the Day, and welcome to the very long-awaited 2021 year in review, which is obviously like 2 months too late, but better late than never. So one of the reasons why this is so late in getting out is there's been a lot of things, and I know that I've said this in so many other videos, like, oh, hey, sorry, here's an excuse. The past few weeks have been very trying for my wife and I. My wife's grandmother passed away at the end of January, and my wife was really, really close to her. So, like, kind of helping my wife kind of deal with all of that. And obviously, as you guys know, that, YouTube is going to take a back seat to, family issues, things like that, death in the family. And obviously, you guys understand that, and I know you wouldn't fault me for that. So I think that's, that kind of goes without saying. But I guess for my own peace of mind, just kind of, needed to put that out there. So kind of between that and then, just working a lot, I really haven't had the time to sit down and do anything video-wise. But now things they're calming down, and I've had some time today, and I figure, all right, I'm going to try to get through this. And I've had so much going on in my brain that it's like, just kind of bear with me if I stumble through things. I'm trying to remember everything that I kind of wanted to go through, because I wanted to kind of take the same approach that Ron Man did with his, in terms of talking about movies and games and music, just little things like that. Some current event pieces, I want to try to steer away from that as much, because I try to keep my channel as gaming related as possible. So obviously 2021 was was probably a better year, I would say, by and large, than 2020. Yeah, I mean it wasn't without its issues. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, all things considered going on around us, but it was by and large a better year. It was my first full year at the glass plant now. Things have been going really well with that. I reconnected with a couple of old friends, which was really nice. Actually, my one buddy, Chris, whom I've mentioned a couple of times on one or two of my videos, but Chris was actually one of my oldest friends, is just about as old as Mike Keebler. We both, we were friends back in the 6th grade, so it's been well over 30 years. Chris was actually the best man at my wedding when my wife and I got married back in 2004. So needless to say, he's been a part of my life. We kind of lost contact. The one thing that I think is so cool is when you reconnect with old friends from the past, no matter how much time has gone by, it doesn't seem like any time has passed at all. It's like you've just picked up right where you left off. So it was really cool. Last weekend, actually, him and his daughter, they came down for a visit, and they spent the night, and we ordered pizza and wings and drank a shit ton of alcohol, and just had a really good time reminiscing and listening to old 90s music, and it was nice, because my wife hadn't seen him since right after we got married, so it was nice. It was really nice to visit. So it's cool very cool to have an old face from the past. It's a nice little reminder of the back in the day. So I watched a lot of movies this year. Watched way more movies, I think, than I did gaming. I think, yeah, I would have to say so. But watched a lot of if you excuse me, I got a cough drop in. I've been a little under the weather the past couple of days, so just sucking on cough drops and taking a leave and trying to get through. But yeah, so I did watch a lot of older movies, ones that some of them were on Netflix, others I had seen with my buddy Tim when I was up in New York. But old classics that just for whatever the reason were on my list of movies to watch, and I just finally got around to watching them. First on that list would be Scarface. I finally saw Scarface. Great movie, great movie. I can see why it was so critically acclaimed. Another movie that I watched that, while it was a good movie, I don't think that it was as good as everybody raved about, was De Niro's Taxi Driver. I thought it was good, and it's funny because one of my old buddies from high school, a huge Scorsese fan, a huge De Niro fan, raved about Taxi Driver. And while I thought it was a decent movie, I don't think that it was as great as maybe he hyped it up to be. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Watched The Irishman on Netflix. I thought that was pretty good. Maybe a little more of a nostalgia grab on Scorsese's part to try to, relive the whole Goodfellas thing. It was an interesting story, but I've seen it before with Goodfellas and Casino. So, while it was good, I don't think it was raving good. I did watch Serpico. I saw that with my buddy Tim, and that was great. I really liked Serpico. I think Pacino is such a versatile actor, and I think Serpico is really, one of really fantastic role on his part. What else? I watched The Mule. I saw that with my buddy Tim as well. I thought that was great. I really enjoyed that. Eastwood, that dude delivers every time. Great movie. Let me think. Was there anything else? Other movies, just kind of stupid, sillier, like a Pick of Destiny. I love Tenacious D. I think Jack Black and Kyle Gass, just the whole Tenacious D thing is fucking hilarious. I love the music. So Pick of Destiny was on Netflix, and I watched that. And I really enjoyed. Some of them were just dumb movies, like School of Rock. I think a lot of it is because my buddy John, he reminds me so much of Jack Black. So I don't know. It's this correlation thing, but I think that was about it for movies that I can really think of off the top of my head. Some were movies that I have seen before, but just kind of decided I was going to rewatch, like Gremlins or Last Action Hero, Terminator 2. I think that was about it, really. Yeah, I can't seem to think of anything else. This video wasn't very well scripted. I'm trying to do it off the cuff, and I'm tired. It's been a long week, so just kind of bear with me. Games, I did collected a lot of games this year, as you'd seen from a lot of my recent collecting videos and stuff. I did in a lot of smalls, but I think stuff that really counts, things that I wanted. So I think that that is, to me, is a bigger plus. I wasn't just collecting arbitrarily. It was a lot of games that meant a lot to me, games that I wanted to play. But it's funny because I was in this massive habit this year of I would start a game and I would play it for a while, and then I would just stop, and then I'd go on to another game. So I have all these unfinished games that I've started that I need to finish. Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker, Super Mario Sunshine, Simpsons Hit and Run, God, what else? Animal Crossing, Twilight Princess HD, the list goes on and on and on. Hyrule Warriors, Assassin's Creed 3, it just, I literally need to stop with this fucking ADD thing and just get into a game and play it till it's done and then move on to the next. I do want to go back to Breath of the Wild though, because like I said, I've really, really enjoyed that. Let me think. What else was there for the year? Boy, the more that I think about it, this was a very lame-ass, 2021 recap, because it was, while I thought I had more to talk about, apparently I do not. Oh, okay, well, obviously, did that cool trade with Sean. Got my complete box Super Nintendo, so that's really good. Actually, Sean also inspired me. I was going to do a separate video on this, but I figured I'll go ahead and I'll do a video about it once it's all once it's all assembled. So I was really inspired by Sean to kind of complete my NES Action set by getting all of the things that I needed for it. I'm coming very close. I've got now a lot of it is just kind of getting some of the baggies for the controllers or the AV cables, things like that. So I was really inspired to do that. So that'll be a video I'm hoping to do later this year, or maybe even sooner this year, of putting reassembling my NES Action set, getting all the stuff that I needed. I only need like a few pieces left, and it'll be done. But I saw my channel grow exponentially from a year ago. I mean, I've been sitting just below 300. I'm going to start getting back into making the videos. Because one of the nice things is now with work, now that I do have I'm a full-time inspector, I've been filling in on like the one shift, and then I'm supposed to go back to the original shift that I was on, and that's where I'll stay. So I'll have like my set schedule, and it won't change. So I'll be able to really kind of allocate more time for making videos, which I think this last year I did pretty good with making them. But I don't want to put as much time in between now. Like I said, given the current circumstances with the passing of my wife's grandmother, like that put a lot of road bumps into being able to do this. So now that like things are calming down, I should be able to get back into more of a routine. And I've got some really cool unboxings coming up this year for like 30th anniversary type stuff with the Super Nintendo and with memories. So I'm really big, cool unboxings, especially coming this summer and then later on this year. So, yeah, I saw the channel grow, which was really cool. Once I hit 500 subscribers, I'll probably do another Q&A. I don't know if that'll happen this year. I mean, I increased by almost 200 throughout 2021. So if I really crack down and get serious about making videos, I should come pretty close to 500 by the end of the year. So that's going to be kind of my personal goal, try to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I've met some really, a lot more cool people through YouTube because of guys like Sean and Ron Man, who've really been pushing smaller channels like myself. And I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, both, Sean and Ron Man have been awesome friends within the YouTube community. And I think that's great. So that's been about it. I guess, okay, well, music-wise, I've been trying to check out different bands. That's one of the nice things with iHeartRadio is it does kind of allow you like a nice little palette of different groups and bands to check out. Sabaton is a band who I've really been getting into as of recently, the past few months. I love the kind of history lesson aspect that's wrapped up in the power metal. Digging the new Volbeat. I've always liked Volbeat ever since I had first heard them. But the new stuff that song Shotgun Blues is just fucking fantastic. Still waiting for the new Megadeth to come out this year, so that keeps getting pushed back. I'm really excited to hear that. I think Mustaine said the album's called The Sick, the Dead, and the Dying, so I'm really stoked about that. Looking to continue more with my collecting throughout the year, and try to get some more of those big ticket items that I've wanted for my collection. That and a lot more smalls. Like there's a lot of smalls that I need too, and it's like, do I focus on getting the big tickets items out of the way, or do I focus on getting a lot of the smalls because they're cheaper and I get more of them, before the prices on those start skyrocketing? So I guess it's what's kind of your guys' advice? Like, should I focus on getting more small ticket items to bolster my collection, or should I focus more on the big money items to make my collection look impressive with those and whatnot? So yeah, just like your guys' take on it. And I also I want you guys' feedback as well on this, because it's an idea that I've thought of, and I've been thinking about starting up a second channel where I can express my personal beliefs, my personal my political opinions, things like that. Starting a second channel that is not related to this, but I want your guys' feedback. If you would prefer that I not do that, because I don't want to alienate. There's so much divisiveness that's going on these days, and I don't want to alienate any of my viewers or do anything that's going to be off-putting. So if starting, and it would not be a channel that would be connected to back in the day. It would be a completely different name. I would not have any, there would be no links between them. But I also want the feedback from you guys in terms of yeah, hey, go for it, or no, I would prefer not, because like, sure, is it cool if, like, somebody that I'm subscribed to, if we hold the same beliefs or the same opinions, is that cool? Yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, like, I know, and I've said this before, if I'm watching your channel for gaming, I don't want to hear about politics, or I don't want to hear about, religion or things like that. I'll go to a specific channel so I can get my information or my opinion, or not my opinions, but like the current event type news from that. I don't want it from a gamer. I don't want it from my entertainment. That's not where I'm going. So just your guys' feedback. If you don't think that it's a good idea, trust me. I mean, like, it's not a, okay, you tell me what to do. I just want to I'm trying to like test the waters, I mean, because for me, I could take it or leave it. It's just something that I've been tossing the idea around, and it's like, do I get on my soapbox and start saying what I want to say, or do I just kind of leave that to the experts? So, yeah, guys, I guess that is it. Thank you for sitting through this shitty, lame-ass 2021 recap that, hey, I mean, I had to do what I had to do to try to get, jump back into YouTube with both feet. So, we're going to start getting back into the unboxings and going back to normal thing. So I want to thank you guys for what was a fantastic year for me on YouTube. I really enjoyed it, and I've met a lot of really cool people. So until the next video, guys, I want to say thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next unboxing.